All right, Steven, Adam, here we are, the season finale.
That's right. For this episode, we are doing something crazy that we've never done before. Two high-priced meals against each other. Omakase hot pot versus a Big Meats baller board.
Is it worth it? Make it worth it. Make it worth it. Worth it. Worth it.
So the two restaurants in today's episode were actually filmed for two separate episodes originally, but we had to pause production due to COVID-19, and we decided that we'd like to still share these restaurants with you and that they would actually make a great comparison in one video. So we'll be hosting this episode with me in the Highlander, Steven and Adam at home, showing you these restaurants which actually make for a very interesting comparison.
You may not think that a hot pot and a meat board would make sense together. However, they're both incredible steak experiences, and both of them you sit down and don't have to make any decisions. Today on Worth It, we're going to be trying two delicious beef dishes at two drastic price points and finding out which one is the most worth it at its price. All right, for the hot pot, we are headed to New York City. And where are we going today, Andrew?
We're on our way to a place called Shabushabu Mayumon. We're gonna speak with Mayu and Junki, and we're going to have a very special hot pot dinner. It is omakase style.
That's right, we're getting some premium beef and they're gonna be doing the dipping for us, so we literally cannot mess this up. Well, unless you can't transfer the food to your mouth, which in that case is on you.
Here we are at Shabushabu Mayumon. Thank you for having us. What style of restaurant is Shabushabu Mayumon?
We offer like an omakase style of the shabu-shabu. It's type of the Japanese hot pot. The way of the cooking with the swishing the meat in the dashi broth, then dipping the sauce and eat. The omakase, it's like type of the tasting menu.
And I've heard omakase be referred to sushi. Is it common to see omakase for shabu-shabu?
No, really. Yeah, so like only two locations offer like a shabu-shabu omakase, even not in Japan.
What does the menu consist of?
So it comes 3 appetizers first. After 3 appetizers, beef, and then soba noodle and dessert.
We just focus on paying attention to detail and also like the service for the guests. Cause the idea from the shabu-shabu is like a home style.
I just want customer enjoy the food and the time, because like I do everything, so you don't need to do anything.
So this is your shabu-shabu place then?
Yep.
The name of the restaurant is named after you?
Mon means the end of the nickname in Japanese, like Steven Mon.
Thank you for coming. We're gonna start the sake. It's an aperitif. Thank you.
Thank you.
Cheers.
Cheers to them.
Tastes like an apple.
Yeah, it's so fruity. Wait, I thought you said the hot pot doesn't come until later.
Yeah, small hot pot. So it's an assorted mushroom. This is a ponzu.
Should we begin?
I think we better, because we got a lot of courses to get through. I like that we're starting off a meat-centric menu with a very meaty substitute.
This is a yuba. Yuba is basically tofu skin.
This is interesting. She's dipping tofu skin inside liquid tofu skin. Why is that?
It's just make it soft.
This is very reminiscent of the tea ceremony, taking your time, really valuing every ingredient.
So it's a one bite.
A one bite.
Cheers, Steven.
Cheers. I got the word to describe that. Contrast.
So the hot pot has arrived, but we still have one more appetizer.
Dashi is a kombu broth. Kombu is a kind of seaweed, a shrimp and a caviar.
Thank you.
Also another one bite.
That was truly spectacular. Wow.
I gotta say, the flavor of garlic and caviar together, I think is not very common, but it is really delicious. So you've brought out the next section of the menu,
Yep.
right?
This is a A5 Miyazaki Wagyu ribeye, which comes from the Japan, and that's the highest quality. And then we use washugyu. Washugyu is a crossbred of Tajima beef and Angus beef from Oregon State, and pork belly.
Why are you swishing the meat like that?
Faster and equally to cook. First piece is a A5 Miyazaki Wagyu ribeye with karajiru sauce. Karajiru is a soba dipping sauce.
So soft.
It's melting in the mouth.
It absolutely did melt in my mouth, yeah. When you're cooking in the broth, what are you looking out for?
It's not how long it is, so I'm just looking at the color of the meat. So washugyu with the karajiru.
One bite?
Yes.
The texture is fluffy?
When we do shabu-shabu, we usually do like beef and pork and some vegetable together, so people don't get bored.
Oh.
Washugyu with ponzu. So I'm gonna make the hand roll from now on with the Miyazaki beef.
Thank you. One bite.
Maybe 2 bites.
The rice and the seaweed is a nice reprieve.
It's a pork belly and lettuce.
This reminds me of Bossam, Korean pork belly wrapped in lettuce, with the reversal.
And are we about to see tomato sauce go in this? Oh, that's the tomato sauce. Wow.
Really orange.
It snuck up on me.
Yeah.
So all sauces are homemade, and we have 12 sauces. One is tomato sauce, and one is fig and basil and balsamic soy sauce. It's kind of Italian French style, but we use like some soy sauce, so still keeping the Japanese flavors. So
It's really good.
Needed that.
We've now entered anchovy and garlic-based sauce.
Woo!
I feel like I just snuck out to a different restaurant and like ate something off somebody else's table and then ran back into the shabu shabu place.
Wait, that's a vegetarian wonton?
mozzarella cheese inside. There's a wonton, mozzarella cheese, and basil.
So is this a Chinese-inspired thing or Italian?
Chinese Italian.
Could a cheese dish at Shabu Shabu be better than all the meats?
Maybe.
Handle with washigyu.
Thank you.
Also, it's a pork belly and spinach, sesame sauce, and used pepper. Fig sauce, blue cheese, basil, balsamic soy sauce.
Adam, I'm gonna let you have this one. He's stunned. He's speechless. He just ratatouille'd himself.
Washigyu with wasabi.
That was the best one.
That's a sukiyaki flavor.
And what is sukiyaki?
It's a kind of another Japanese hot pot.
Oh,
Yeah.
so this is a play on another Japanese hot pot.
In Japan, we put in the raw egg and then eat.
The egg gives an even softer sensation in the mouth.
Can we just drink this egg?
Yeah.
That's really good.
So now we are moving to the soba noodle. So we make soba noodle here, and it's 100% buckwheat. So it's kind of difficult to make.
So the owner used to be the soba artisan in Japan. He told us how to make it.
So the broth is a remain soup from shabu shabu, and this is a roast beef.
So is this a traditional flavor for soba noodles?
Not really. It's more like Vietnamese pho style.
Oh, right. Wow, those are great.
Whoa. Is it possible to be comforted from something you were already comforted from? You know when people say, I need a vacation from my vacation? This was like comforting hot pot, but then like comforted from the comforting hot pot.
Yeah, I like that. That's great.
It's a tea, roasted green tea. It's a hojicha. Hojicha is a roasted rice tea. And then red bean on the side, and the soybean powder and buckwheat seed on the top.
Oh, it's like when you're eating s'mores and hot chocolate and you're by the fire. It's good.
I'm blown away overall by how gentle of a dining experience this was.
This is actually like a fine dining steak experience, but it just happens to be cooked shabu shabu style.
This is great. Thank you so
Yeah.
much.
Thank you so much.
That was insane. I thought I knew what hot pot could be, but I was wrong.
And it was so much more than just a hot pot restaurant.
Beef fact.
This is actually a worth it fact.
Worth it fact.
Including this episode, there are 66 episodes of Worth It. How many episodes of Worth It feature the hosts eating beef?
Wait, so did you just go through the library and watch every moment of us eating something and count every single time we ate beef?
Yep.
Respect. My number is 13.
My number is 19.
34.
What?
That doesn't make any sense. How's that possible?
In the salad episode, you guys eat 2 steaks. In the pie episode, you go to Pie and Burger and eat a burger.
Whose fault is that?
Pancake episode, you eat a beef and cheese.
I forgot about that.
Okay, well, that was an unsettling fact, Adam, but thank you for that. Next up in this episode on beef, we're gonna be going to Houston, Texas to speak with an old friend of ours. And we've made it. We're back in Houston.
That's right. We're on our way now to a place called Georgia James, which is run by Chef Chris Shepard. Now, you may remember a couple seasons back for our pie episode when we were in Houston, we also saw Chris at his previous restaurant, Underbelly. Chris has since transformed Underbelly into this new restaurant, Georgia James. So we're going back to the same physical place, but for a wildly different experience.
Today, we're getting something that is called the baller board.
So you don't know the price of this when you order it. Basically, you ask for the baller board, and then they put a combination of their best dishes on this board. This might actually be the craziest thing we've ever had on Worth It. The fact that you don't know what it's gonna cost, you just know that it's gonna cost a lot.
I love it.
First of all, thanks for having us back.
It's good to see you.
Georgia James is a steakhouse, but what does that mean for you?
I wanted to do a different style of steakhouse. Basically what it would look like if you came to my house on a Sunday night. How would I do the sides? How would I cook a steak? Sides are a little bit different, but it's gonna be cast iron seared steaks.
So today we're having something called the baller board.
Yeah.
The baller board is not part of your menu, right?
No, we don't talk about it.
A lot of people are gonna know about it after this.
Yeah. At Underbelly, we spend a lot of time just curating menus for you. If you have a 4-top or 6-top or 8-top of people and they're just like, we don't really know, we just want to put a bunch of stuff together, and it's like, okay, well, that's what we're gonna do. And then it became the baller board. It's not the cheapest thing to do. It definitely averages per person, but I mean, if you're like, you can't outball me, it's like, oh, okay. Yeah, we can actually. It's always like thoughtful and delicious. It's not just a bunch of stuff thrown on the plate. It takes 4 to ride, minimum of 4 people. Even if you're 3, it's still gonna be food for 4. You really don't get a choice in anything. It's a really good way to eat. So you're probably gonna get things that you may not have tried and thought you wanted, but you didn't.
So coming in, I don't know what it's gonna cost at the end.
Nope.
Is there a range typically?
Nope. We basically just cost like whatever it is on the board, so it's clearly documented.
I'm excited.
Greg Peters, who's the chef here, and then Matt Coburn, who is the sous chef. They're gonna put everything together for you.
So you guys are gonna be making the baller board today.
Yes, sir.
Absolutely.
How do you decide what goes on this board?
So nightly, that falls on either one of us, the both of us. Nothing is off the table. There's steak, plenty of seafood, chicken, lamb. Part of the mystique of the baller board is that there are some items on there that are not gonna be on the menu. If we feel like buying things like foie gras, having caviar in the building, sometimes things like that get purchased only for baller boards. So pretty much every steak that leaves this kitchen is seared in a cast iron pan. Nice sear, nice crust.
Restaurants use broilers or grills. That steak is gonna leach moisture and blood and juices. On a grill or broiler, all of that is getting lost. But when we're cooking in a cast iron pan, all it's staying in the pan. So we're essentially building flavor.
Every other dish kind of gets put on hold for that 3.5 minute plate up.
One guy's throwing sides, doing a swoosh of whipped potatoes. I'm slicing steaks on the back pass. Some guys coming around with crab legs. It's a well-oiled machine that just all comes together.
We've come a long way on this show.
In some ways, we've gone nowhere.
Oh my.
All right, gang, how are we doing?
I'm not sure. It's like when fear takes away your appetite.
Right?
You're just like,
I'm here to give you a little rundown. First up, though, we have some Alaskan king crab leg, cream collard greens, whole roasted snapper fillet.
what?
Heavy on the Creole seasoning.
You missed it?
Heavy
I
on the butter,
couldn't
right
see
there.
it
the
from
whole.
here.
Next to that, we have some smashed fried new potatoes, and then on top of that, we have about our 20-ounce 44 Farms tenderloin. Top that with a nice piece of seared foie gras and some caviar, some smoked pork, and topped with a little bit of a samjang sauce, so kind of a Korean influence on there. Center of the board is our most unique steak here in house, about a 95-day dry-aged long bone ribeye. Brown butter roasted mushrooms, loaded mashed potato. Right here is our Wagyu zabuton. We have some roasted cauliflower, topped with a tomato curry. That about covers it. No right or wrong way to attack it. Dig in and enjoy yourselves.
thank you so
Cool.
much.
Amazing.
Thank y'all.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
I want to talk about what we just witnessed, which I would possibly say is the greatest show I've ever seen in a kitchen.
I legitimately forgot that there was a fish on this board.
Yeah.
Because I can't even see the fish on this board. How about we start with that choice, rare.
I like where you're going with
Piece of
that.
meat.
Let's go.
Wow. I'm wasting no more time.
Cheers. Oh my God, the crust is so insane.
Let's compare the Wagyu now
Okay.
to the Angus ribeye.
Oh, whoa, 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 look at that.
Yeah, sorry.
Oh, this is super fun. Let's get the
Super-
tenderloin.
Yeah, let's go to the tenderloin. Do you want to smear the foie gras?
You know what? This is worth it, baby.
This is hedonism defined.
Cheers.
That tastes like if a Cinnabon was meat. I just had a brilliant idea. Here's what I'm gonna do. Potato. Do you know what I'm gonna go next? Caviar.
Yeah. Oh, you're a crazy person.
We once ate a taco that was only this, and that was the whole episode.
No, that is so true. This wins it. Like, of any dish we've ever had, this is the most worth it-esque dish. I want some of the collard greens, because it looks like dip. You know what, actually? Because of that, I'm gonna dip Wagyu into the collard greens. I think David Chang will be proud. I can't handle it. My mouth, it's just,
Okay, I'm gonna
lot.
eat some pork now. Oh, do you want to just share that?
yeah. Oh, wow.
Oh, God. It's like I suspected. There's a whole ham on this board.
This board is going ham. Let's go crab leg.
How's that meat luge? Oh my God. Oh my God.
What do we forget?
I forgot about the fish for a second time.
Fish, let's just get the fish.
All right, let's get the fish over here. This is so good.
Oh, tender and smoky.
This is what the baller board is all about. Not caring what you're eating, but it's delicious and somebody else had to care for you.
You can't do that in literally any other profession.
You don't go to a car dealership and you're like, baller board my car.
Baller board me. I do for one second want to say something serious. I think the distinction to make here that's very important for the audience. A lot of you guys say that, oh, those restaurants are just cheating because, they add caviar, truffle, yada yada. This restaurant did every single aspect of this board excellently.
Yeah.
And that, I think, is what makes this so worth it. Oh, I haven't had cauliflower yet.
I think there's 4 things on this board I haven't even eaten yet.
You know me, I end every meal with good old bone meat.
Look at this, you're eating a big bone, I'm eating a crab leg.
This is the best piece of meat on the board.
Okay, this is clearly too much food.
So, Andrew, we've come here to the end. What was your favorite bite?
I'm gonna go with maybe what'll be a little bit more of an unsung hero. And I'm gonna go with the lettuce bite at Shabushabu Mayumon. The way that a bundle of hot lettuce can transport broth to your mouth is really unique and I think quite delicious.
All right, so for me, it was also at Shabushabu Mayumon, and it was the Yuba Uni. Oh my God, I have a photo here of it. It's one of those things where I wish I could eat my phone. Andrew, which beef experience to you was the most worth it at its given price point?
My honest answer is Shabushabu Mayumon. Like, you're getting some of the best food presented in the best way, but it's also very relaxed and intimate.
I could make arguments for both very easily. If you have 4 people go with you to Shabushabu Mayumon, the prices are pretty similar.
We got some stuff at Georgia James that really made our experience quite a bit more expensive than it could have been.
I think I gotta say the meat board.
Really?
Because that meal, it would feed 6 to 8 people, I believe. And it would be just the most grand old time with all that food in front of you.
Adam, how about you?
Georgia James.
Really?
And that does it for another season of Worth It. Given all the recent news and events we've taken for granted is eating at restaurants. And so I hope that everybody out there stays safe, but also support your local restaurants if you can. And also thank you to all of the people involved in making this show, both in front and behind the camera. See you next time.